everyone. I'm Ed Frye. We know that many, probably most, high school and college seniors are going to be deprived of traditional graduation ceremonies. My own grandson, coincidentally, is in just that position. I dress today in my cap or gown without the cap. The very outfit I wore to my own PhD graduation from Penn State University in 1975. I do so because I want to offer you the only part of commencement and graduation events that I can, the mandatory commencement address. Now I know that I have a face and a voice made for computer keyboards, not videos. But I trust that those annoyances will disappear in the next 12 minutes or so. We've limited time and space for this consideration, but perhaps this short address will stand in for the real thing. In the meantime, I start everything by saying, congratulations to you. As a youth in the 1950s and 60s, I enjoyed the stories found in folk music. While several groups and artists created very imaginative songs, the Kingston Trio reigned. The popularity of the ilk finally gave way to rock and roll. Folk music wasn't very dance-friendly. But the trio's song, Desert Pete, simply stays with me. I loved the music, I loved the Kingston Trio, and I like this story. Of course, you graduates are smack dab in the beginning of the rest of your lives. So I offer Desert Pete to you, along with just a few comments about the wisdom that may be provided by our storytellers. Let's see if an old man can help you set your sails for the future. So, the lyrics to our song. Please enjoy. I was traveling west of Buckskin on my way to a cattle drive, across a little cactus desert under a hard, bargaining sky. Thirsty down to my toenails, I stopped to rest me on a stump. But I tell you, I just couldn't believe it when I saw that water pump. I took it to be a mirage at first, it'll fool a thirsty man. Then I saw a note stuck in a baking powder can. This pump is old, the note began, but she works, so give her a try. I put a new sucker washer in her. You may find that leather dry. Yeah, you have to prime the pump, work that handle like there's a fire. Under the rock you'll find some water left there in a bitters jar. Now there's just enough to prime it with, so don't go drinking first. Just pour it in and pump like mad, and buddy, you'll quench your thirst. Well, I found a jar, and I tell you, nothing was ever prettier to my eye. And I was tempted strong to drink it because that pump looked mighty dry. But the note went on, have faith, my friend, there's water down below. You've got to give before you get, and I'm the one who ought to know. You've got to prime the pump, you must have faith and believe. You've got to give of yourself before you're worthy to receive. Drink all the water you can hold, wash your face to your feet, but leave the bottle full for others. Thank you kindly, Desert Pete. So I poured in a jar and started pumping, and I heard a beautiful sound of water bubbling and splashing up out of that hole in the ground. I took off my shoes and I drank my fill of that cold, refreshing treat. Then I thanked the Lord, and I thanked that pump, and I thanked old Desert Pete. You've got to prime the pump. You must have faith and believe. You must give of yourself before you're worthy to receive. Drink all the water you can hold. Wash your face to your feet. But leave the bottle full for others. Thank you kindly, Desert Pete. An engaging little tale, eh? I believe it presents at least 3 insights for all of us, but today, especially for you young adults. Number 1, you must have faith and believe. Our traveler is asked to trust and believe a man he has never met. He has to forego the temptation to drink the little water he already holds, rather than pour it down a dry, lucking hole. This is a classic example of the choice between immediate versus delayed gratification. Faith worked for our traveler. When faced with such decisions, we must rely on the trust we can place in others and our own decision-making, beliefs, and convictions. You're going to need some of those. Determine what is important to you, the social, philosophical, or religious tenets by which you intend to live. Then diligently employ them in your thoughts, words, and deeds. Choose not blindly or quickly, and you must allow some room for your own personal growth and change. But think. We know, all of us, how easily we can fall prey to questionable people, organizations, and movements. But thoughtfulness and good decision-making skills are acquired over time, and both will help you identify shams and scams and shallow thinking. Love is blind. Faith and beliefs are not. Yet there is a personal freedom in all of this and a peace that comes from confidence in your own convictions. Number 2, you've got to give of yourself before you're worthy to receive. Seldom does life just drop wonderful things on us. Our traveler is asked to give up something he already has. He has to invest in his own life-sustaining choices. We all get to decide if we're going to spend our years just getting along, or if we're going to use them to enjoy life's abundance. Are you going to let life happen to you, or are you going to make life happen? Our traveler not only gets his necessary drink, but the opportunity to wash his hands head to toe, face to feet, to enjoy the bubbly water. It doesn't come free to him, does it? And it won't come free to you. Across my 75 years, I have developed real admiration for many acquaintances and a bucket load of good friends. I think the charm of many of them is their contentment with the lives they have crafted for themselves. The eldest among us tell us of personal satisfaction, joy, really, in most facets of their involved and active lives. They proudly tell of living a fun life and loving it all the way, splashing, if you will, in the sweet waters of our world. Naturally, most of my heroes are very successful in their various endeavors. Most report that their achievements and prizes and satisfactions are the result of personal effort and often real sacrifice. But they're not complaining. Usually their only regret is that they wish they had provided more of the social, professional, and volunteer contributions that they have already done. Sort of shades of Oscar Schindler in Schindler's List. I didn't do enough. These are lives well lived. My thought for you is to attack your days on this earth heartedly, gladly, and enjoyably. Do not go quietly. Live. Live. Number 3, leave a bottle full for others. Had our traveler decided to drink the few ounces of water he already held, not only would he still be thirsty and dirty, there would have been no water for future passers-by. The circle of mutual cooperation and dependence would be broken. Best, I think, not to take from this world without restoring it as well as, or better than we found it. If we truly believe in the notion of a responsibility to create a planet better than we inherited, we need to make choices that do just that. Will we act on behalf of those who will come later? Such quests serve us personally as we go along just as well. Flowers let a bit of their fragrance on the hand that bestows them. You graduates are going to spend most of your lives in the still young century. So the questions I ask, only you can answer. How will you live fruitful and enriching adult lives based on your selected faiths and beliefs and personal effort in your adult years? And what will you leave behind? I heartily wish you wonderful and joyful journeys, even as you ensure a future that allows you not only to survive, but to flourish. And that for your children and your children's children. We lay our hopes and trust at your feet. We have faith in you. Thank you kindly, Desert Pete. I'm told that this Word document will be available on YouTube so that people may make any use of it they wish. Thank you very much.